Our next guest, Nichole Pomatto. Do I say it correct?
Yes.
Now, I have trouble with the name of the company, Socotra.
Socotra Capital. It
Socotra
is
Capital.
difficult to say sometimes.
Now, on the real estate show, we meet lenders all the time to help people become property owners.
Absolutely.
But you are a different kind of lender.
I am. So I am a direct private money, hard money lender. The situations in which you would come to us as a lender would be if, as a borrower, you don't qualify, as the property doesn't qualify, or it's a timing issue.
Right.
So as for borrowers that don't qualify, maybe you have a low FICO score, or you own your own business. For instance, in Fresno, maybe a landscaping business or a convenience store, you may not show well on taxes.
Right.
As for properties, cannabis is probably the biggest one. Obviously, it's not federally accepted. So
It's hard to get a traditional loan.
yes,
So
it's
this is-
impossible.
This is non-traditional loans. Now, I got to tell you, I've had hard money loans. I'm a real estate. I buy real estate. And sometimes I just can't get things moving quick enough. I want to capture that property, and hard money loans seem to go a lot faster.
Yes, so hard money is great if you have a timing issue. So you can come to us. Residential properties, we can close in as little as 5 days. And commercial, it's usually right around the 2-week mark. So we can
Couple
get it
weeks.
done a lot faster.
So you have some issues where you don't qualify. Like I own too many properties sometimes, and I don't qualify, or I'm too overextended or whatever. But I seem to always have a bunch of cash, but not enough to buy it myself. I usually put like half down. Is that kind of how your program works?
Absolutely. If you have too many loans, you can't qualify, you can come to us. So basically, to qualify with Socotra Capital, you need the money down, of
Is it
course.
half down always, or?
It's not. It's not. So for a fix and flip loan, say on a distressed property, we're going to lend up to 75% of the total project cost. So it's the purchase price plus the rehab. So that's one of our highest leverage loans, and that's really great. If we're talking a cannabis property, it's going to be that 50% mark.
Okay.
But if you have 50%, you're gravy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if somebody has wants to buy land, can they do it on land? Say they're going to grow cannabis on land, or I don't know where they grow it. Is it always indoors?
As for land, it's a little tough for us to do.
We're talking marijuana for those who aren't keeping up.
Yes, so as for land, it's hard for us to do. For cannabis specifically, we are looking for existing structures. We're looking for warehouses for cultivation or manufacturing, and we're looking for dispensaries, so retail, commercial buildings. For land outside grows, it's not something we're doing at the time. It could be possible in the future, but for now, we're sticking to the existing commercial buildings.
So if somebody wants to grow cannabis, I guess it's legal now.
It
California
is.
made it legal. Maybe federally it's not so clear. And so they have a building, a giant warehouse space, and they want to grow indoors, but they want to own the land. They could come and get the loan for you guys.
Yes,
Whereas a
so
bank might not yet be set up to accept that kind of thing.
yes, because banks are federally regulated, they're not allowed to loan on a property that's going to be used as a cannabis operation. That's when people can come to us. We do lend on the cannabis operation. We can't lend to it directly, so the entity purchasing has to be different than the entity operating the business. So we want a landlord and a tenant.
Okay. And would you lend to a corporation?
Absolutely. We lend to individuals, LLCs, trusts, even IRAs.
Yeah, so it could be the same person, but they should have two LLCs, one for the growing operation, one for the building.
Absolutely.
So you can foreclose on the building if you have to.
Yes, which we don't like to do.
Now, let's say an investor, we have a bunch of them in Fresno, a bunch watching this show, by the way, and they're going to buy a house that once it's fixed up, it would be worth $200,000, but they could buy it for $100,000 now. You could lend them enough to fix it up, not just $100,000 needed to buy it, but you could add in the amount to do the repairs.
Absolutely. We do lend 100% of the rehab. Like I was saying earlier, for the fix and flip loans, we lend up to that 75%. So they're usually coming in with about 25 to 30% of the total project cost, which is a lot less than, if they wanted to do the rehab themselves. We can help them with that.
Now, when you're going to lend on property, do you do a formal appraisal?
We do a formal appraisal on every property
Every
that we
property.
lend on. Absolutely.
Okay. And but for quick turnover. Now, let's say somebody's watching this and the wheels are turning in their head, like mine are. Man, I got a bunch of projects I could do. Where do they start? Do you have a web address? Should they just phone you up?
Absolutely. You can call my direct line, 916-277-9360. That is my direct office line. If I don't answer, it does go to my cell phone. And I'm available Monday through Friday. You can even call me on the weekend, and I will get back to you. As for my email address, npomatto@socotracapital.com. I believe it is listed on the screen there. So definitely write this down. Send me an email. Give me a call. Run through the scenario with me, and I'd be happy to help.
And by the way, if you didn't write it down, call me. I'll give you her direct number. If you have a project and you want to get it financed, it sounds like a good way to go.
Absolutely.
It's non-traditional. And you know, it's such a great market right now. There's so many steals and deals out there, but the financing is slow and hard to get sometimes. And I've used these hard money loans as like a bridge loan until I get my can figure out how to do it in a traditional way.
Exactly, and that's the purpose of our loans. You know, we're a bridge lender. We want to bridge that gap, get you in quickly, and then you can refinance conventionally, or for a fix and flip, you sell the property and pay off the loan.
And we don't have to talk interest rates unless you want to, but it's probably a little higher than a traditional loan.
It is definitely higher than a traditional loan. We won't get into the exact rates. My company specifically is equity based, so 80 to 90% of our loan is based off the property itself, the collateral, and then the other 10 to 20% is based on the borrower. Right. But absolutely, interest rates are a little bit higher, but we can get the job done a lot quicker.
Well, some of these houses, especially here in Fresno's Tower District, where we are right now, they're going to increase in value 25% a year for the next couple of years. So you can pay a higher interest rate, and it still pencils out. So
absolutely, and we have mostly a no prepayment penalty on our loans. So you can always start paying down the principal anytime you want. You're mostly making interest-only payments, but you can pay down that principal. You can pay off the loan whenever you have the ability to. If you are kind of behind on your schedule, as long as you're making your on-time payments, we will be more than happy to extend that loan for you.
Interest only, that's great. Wow. Now, every hard money loan I've got, I couldn't pay it off. They wouldn't let you pay it off for a year or sometimes 2 years. But yours are, you can repay.
Yeah, Socotra is great. We have the no prepayment penalty on the majority of our loans. Some of the loans, say in the multi-million-dollar range, we might have like a 6-month minimum interest. Yeah. But we want you to have the ability to pay it off, right, because we don't want a loan to own. We want to give you that ability, and paying the loan down or paying it off before it comes due is a lot easier.
This isn't like the traditional mortgage where you're going to pay on it for 30 years. It's for you to get someplace, get something done, and then move on to your next project.
Absolutely. So the fix and flip is typically about a 9-month loan term. If you're buying just as is, typically 24 to 36 months.
I've been in this business for 30 years. I've never known a company hard money lender that does it like you guys. It's fabulous. I'm glad I found out about you. Anything else you want our viewers to know?
Just give me a call. Absolutely. I want to talk to you about every scenario you have. There's no stupid questions. If you're worried, if you have any comments, you want to know anything, just give me a call. Again, my phone number is 916-277-9360, and I will be happy to talk to you about any scenario you have.
And I always say it's free to find out. If you have an idea, a dream,
yes,
a project, you just want to see if it'll work, pencil out, call Nichole, and just ask. It's free to find out. So
absolutely.
This is a great resource that we have. And it's not, you have a Sacramento number, but this is for Fresno, the Valley, anywhere in the state, I would imagine.
This is anywhere in California and Nevada, so we're licensed in both. The Central Valley is my favorite area, so this is where I like to promote myself because it's a bunch of great people out here, a bunch of great businessmen and women. But yes, we do lend in California, Nevada, and we are starting to do nationwide loan amounts north of $1 million. So those bigger projects, let us know, and we'd love to help there too.
Yeah. Call Nichole. It's Nichole Pomatto.
Pomatto.
At Socotra. Socotra, that's easy.
Exactly.
Socotra Capital. If you didn't get the number down or the contact information, call me. I'll put you in touch with Nichole. This is going to be a great resource for our viewers. We'll be back with more Central Valley Real Estate right after this.